Realistically, you'd be looking at, what would we say, probably $1,200 a year per member. So probably 30 to 40 grand a year more. So it's a pretty big increase in, pretty good little kick they're already our customers. I didn't have to spend anything to get them. They're already in the door. They're already paying me. I'm just getting them to pay me more now.
Thank you for tuning into the show. Whether you are watching this on martialartsmedia.com or on YouTube, or listening while on the move on iTunes, Spotify, or Stitcher, this is the Martial Arts Media Business Podcast. My name is George Fourie, and on this show we interview top martial arts school owners, share success stories, share martial arts stories from great martial arts experts, and then we talk about lead generation and marketing strategies in between. So a quick heads up before we jump into the show. I just wanted to make sure that you are already part of our Martial Arts Media business community. It is our free Facebook group where we hang out every day. We talk about lead generation, marketing, and all things martial arts. You can jump in by either clicking a link close to this video or go to martialartsmedia.group. So not martialartsmedia.com, just martialartsmedia.group. That'll take you there. That's the best place for you to go after the show. We are in there every day, and there's a bunch of free resources that we have already uploaded into the group. Things about how to attract the right students, how to increase your sign-up base, how to retain more members, etc. So jump into the show. I will catch you in the group once the show is done. Enjoy. I'll speak to you soon.
Good day, this is George Fourie, and I'm joined today by one of our partner members, Darryl Thornton from Shukakai Karate Dojos.
That's it. Yeah.
Sorry, the naming has changed, right?
Yeah, it has. That's what happens when you go from one location to 4 locations. You actually got to change your name. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Awesome. Well, Darryl, thanks for being on. So we've been working together for a bit, and so I just wanted to ask a couple of questions on your experience and how things have been, etc. So I guess just for a quick introduction, who's Darryl? Tell us a bit about your schools. Give us a 2-3 minute overview of you.
Sure. So I currently run an organisation, Shukakai Karate Dojos, in Melbourne Southeast. We have now 4 clubs. We only 18 months ago we had 1 club with around 300 members. We're now 4 clubs with about 700 members. We teach traditional Japanese karate. We've actually just introduced judo as well, which has been an interesting sort of path for me because it's not something that I've really spent a lot of time doing or training in. So we've got a really good coach for that who's actually one of the current Australian team members, so that's very good. We have a very big children-based membership, I guess, like a lot of martial arts school. We probably would have 100 adult members, and the rest are children, the majority being between 7 and 12-year-olds. So we're very much a family-orientated clubs, I suppose. We encourage family members to train. We have family classes available in most of the dojos where the parents can train with their kids as well. That's actually a really good thing. I enjoy that family-orientated clubs. Currently a Victorian state coach. I've been a state coach for 6 years now. That takes a little bit of time away from my club, but also allows me to gain knowledge from other coaches that I see every weekend, basically, and a bit of a networking thing as well. There's other business owners and coaches, so I can get a bit of karate information, business information, that type of thing as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it in a bit, I suppose.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. So when we started working together, were there any particular problems you were facing, or what were you hoping to achieve?
Well, really the biggest problem was our marketing area, like having it simplified. It was quite disjointed. I would just go, we need some more members, so let's run a promo. And the promos I was running were just regular, everyday sort of promos that everyone sees online, and they're quite generic. And even when I started, I think I was using just stock photos, which were horrible. To now we run pretty sharp sort of campaigns with landing pages for each campaign. Rather than having a generic landing page, we have a separate one for the actual promotion, which is very good. Much neater, much tighter. We've run some really good campaigns. The parents program, the women's self-defense program. we run all these type of ones, and they've been very good. And those actually promotions are more an internal growth one. Those ones actually have grown from our own membership, our own customer base, I suppose. The external ones, having them, the wording or the text correct, and how the ad placement, that's been a good help as well.
Okay, gotcha. So marketing a bit disjointed, and I'm hearing sort of fly by the night kind of thing.
Absolutely, that was the biggest thing. But now we're sort of a little bit more planning how we do things. We were having trouble because I was doing it all by myself. It was just me, and having yourself and I guess the other partners now, because I think the other partners are a big part of it. They help sort of straighten you up and put you in the correct line and the path. Because without that, I would still be doing what I was doing, just still going along and going, oh, yeah, I need to do this, I'll go and do this. I need to do this, I'll go and do that. And now it's a much more structured pathway for us for our growth and our marketing and other areas as well. But, like the communication, I think, is very good with this group. The format that the communication goes out to members and prospectives is very good too.
Right, perfect, and thanks for that. And we'll elaborate a bit more on that. But just sort of back on the impact. So I mean, what type of impact was it having on your business? Not having the whole campaign structured and things.
I guess it was just a matter that I was having to spend a lot more time away from what I actually should be doing, which is teaching classes, mentoring my instructors and leadership programs. It took a lot of time away from that, and we didn't get great results either. Like some of the results were okay, but they weren't awesome. So having to take more time away, having to answer every single message that you get, every phone call, all those type of things, they're not ideal when you're trying to teach karate classes and watch what your instructors are doing and growing your other clubs. Because having 1 club to 4 clubs, it's a lot more work involved just managing the instructors and the membership. So if I have to spend time doing all the extra things that I was doing with my average marketing, I didn't have time to do those other things. I only a certain amount of hours that I've got in the day.
Yeah, gotcha. And so how, not having the time to do those things, what impact would that have on you personally?
Oh, it's just draining, I suppose. You're just trying to do everything all at once. I'm not a stressful person. I don't stress about too much, but just feel like you're torn. You don't have enough time to do one thing. So you're sort of doing it a bit, half of this and half of that, and not doing anything completely correct, I suppose, is what. I mean, I've always had a pretty good set of instructors and leaders that are backing me, but not being able to give them, especially the ones that have, because we've got a couple of affiliate clubs, if I have to spend so much time doing other things, I can't give them the direction that they need and the advice and the help that they need as well.
Right, perfect. Okay, so looking at working together within the Partners Program, what are the 3 parts of the system, 2 or 3, that's made the biggest impact for you up to now?
So a specific part of it, or the overall?
Whatever sort of comes to mind first.
I really enjoyed the I guess the advice and the direction that you get from the other partners. I think the other partners is actually one of the sort of the hidden parts of the programs that people don't actually realise is very good, because there's people out there with different skill sets, and outside of the martial arts, there's people with different ideas, different skill sets, and see things different ways. So you can actually comment with a problem that you may have or an idea that you have, and you get input from not only yourself, but you get it from the other partners that see things with a different set of eyes. That for me is very important. The communication that we have with you, I think, is very good. So although you're busy yourself, we have a lot of time. You make time for the partners pretty much whenever they need it. That's really good. And the other thing, which I know some of us tend to hate, is you keep us accountable every week. You keep us accountable. What are you doing? Have you done it? Sort of a checkpoint in the middle, and have you finished it? And it kind of makes you want to go, if you put the 3 things in there that really are important for you that week, you kind of have to finish them, because not that anybody gives you any grief over it, but you don't want to see, how'd you go with this? You want everyone saying, hey, I've done this, and I've done this as well. So that I enjoy that, even though I don't like it.
Yeah. I think it's the most the part that everybody tries to avoid. But yeah, it's good that it's good to hear that it's got the psychological play.
It does have a little psychological little tick that you go, yeah, I've got to get that done, because otherwise George's going to ask me if I've got it done. And the final thing, I suppose, is the programs that you've put in place. Like the parents program, the six-figure open day obviously is the best one. Then there's the women's self-defense, and now the newest one being the chat bot. I think you can't beat the things that have been put in place. They're amazing.
Yeah, a little bit. We were chatting a bit about the chatbots. So, I mean, and we'll touch on just results and things that you've gotten. The chatbots are things that we're releasing right now. It's I think it's new for a lot of people, the whole structure and the whole setup. But the goal with how we rolled it out is that it's just plug and play for our members, and you just got to change the content and it's good to go. What has got you excited about the bot? And I guess just to clarify for anybody that doesn't understand the term bot, it's basically just a automated way of replying to all your Facebook messages. So if somebody sends a Facebook message, then you've got a bot that takes over in a smooth way and just answers all the questions and does all the work for you before you actually have the face-to-face conversation.
Yeah, for me, the bot, I mean, I as we've discussed, I've had them before, but they've been designed by me, who's got zero knowledge on how to design them. And I had one running and it was okay, but it didn't really get the full interaction with the prospective clients that we really want. This one that you've created is just it's tenfold on top of the one that I had. The one I had, it looks amateurish compared to this one. This one's really smooth and really sharp. It's got all the options you need on it. It's really easy to edit as well. That's the other thing I like about when we ran through it last week. It's very simple to edit. It's very straightforward. And if you follow the worksheets and all the things that come with the program, you can't miss. You really can't. And I can just see it getting bigger and better from here. I can see people running bots for all sorts of things, just regular regular posts that you may run, promo posts, the whole lot. I think it's great.
Awesome. So let's talk a bit about results. Now, I mean, you've had different results for different campaigns and things that you've done. What results have you gotten from applying what we've got in the program?
The parents program that we ran, that one would have added 30 adult members to our program. That one, I think, it's been very successful, and the parents that were on the program, they loved it. They absolutely loved it. And that was at the same time as we put that program in, we actually released the family classes so they could train with their children at the same time. And it's been a very, very good change in those kids that are in that program with their parents, they'll cherish that time, I guess, because they get, it's a common interest, and it's not that common these days that parents have an interest with their children. So having that there, I think, has been great. Since we did it, we've had a lot of other people ask us recently if we're going to run it again. And my answer is yes, we will run it again. So that was very successful. We're just about to launch the second phase of the women's self-defense one that we did. So that was a 4-week training program. We're going to run that again very soon. That was quite successful. The open day ones are always they're successful, no problem. They're very good. And then as I said, the chatbots, I think I'm most excited about at the moment. That's very, very good. So I can't wait to run that out on my next promo or even just regular posts. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, cool. And so I mean the big benefit of that is getting your time back, right?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I remember running a promo, and it was quite a successful one. We would have had 100 replies easily, and I had to answer every single one of them myself. I had to, even though I was cutting and pasting, it's just a time, it's a burden. You get a notification on your phone. Okay, I've got to go and answer that one, and there might be 10 or 15 notifications on your phone, so you've got to answer all the questions, and then then sometimes if you wait too long, they're gone cold because they've moved on to something else. So having the bot answer for you can't, that takes so much time away from, at times I'd sort of worried about running a promotion because I was worried about how much time it was going to cost me. Even though we want the new members, I don't know if I have that much time to answer that many questions. So that's what I'm looking forward to, that for sure.
That's and just as a side tip for mentioning that, I heard Alex Schaffen talk about this, that if your sales structure causes pain, you will subconsciously sabotage it. And that means basically if you know that your house isn't in order to facilitate the campaign and the marketing that you're going to run, and you know it's going to cause you some pain, answering and so forth, chances are that you're going to sabotage it because you know that running it, like you said, is going to cause all these headaches. And
you might not answer the questions, or sometimes you might be a little bit rude if you answer on the phone and things like that. I've seen it before. I've even done it before. I think we all have. If you're really honest with yourself, we've probably all done it before.
Yeah, perfect. So just quickly before moving on, so 30 adults, people always throw numbers of sign-ups and so forth, and it's awesome. But 30 adults, what's really good about this is the fact that their kids are already training. These are parents. It lifts your attention for the kids. It's good. The adults that are going to train, they tend to going to stick around for a long time. If you look at the 30 adults, how does that equate to a dollar value for you?
Because they're like a second member or something like that, there would be a discount. So you probably, realistically, you'd be looking at, what would we say, probably $1,200 a year per member. So probably 30 to 40 grand a year more. So it's a pretty big increase in, pretty good little kick they're already our customers. I didn't have to spend anything to get them. They're already in the door. They're already paying me. I'm just getting them to pay me more now.
Yeah. And you had to send how many emails? 1, 2?
They got one.
Yeah.
They got one email each. That was it.
All right, perfect. All right, awesome. So Darryl, just a couple of more questions. If you had to complete this sentence, I almost didn't join because.
That's a tough one. I guess they're really hard. Because we had a background together before I joined your program, I knew what you're about. So, there's other programs out there for sure. You could join one a month. I guess you could join a different program that's martial arts based, one a month for a whole year. There's a lot of them out there, but I don't think any of them are, as complete with what they deliver. So I think that's, I almost didn't join. That's probably a hard one because I don't think that was ever a consideration.
And I think, sorry to cut you off, but I think the better question then to ask you, because you've been in this for a long time and you've been around the block, you know what's out there and what's going on. How would you, maybe the better question to ask you then, Darryl, is how would you compare the Partners program compared to other programs that you've been in?
I think that the key for that for me would be that the right term is it's done with you. So I've been in other programs that cost the same, cost more, but you get the information, you got to do it. You got to do the work. And sometimes I'm not capable. There's some areas like this chatbot. There's no way I could create it. I couldn't create this myself. So having it done with me, this program does, with the help of what you've designed, plus your input, plus my input, it's very easy to put it together. A lot of the other ones, you just get the information and you're kind of left to do yourself, which a lot of time I know I would not do because I was busy doing my own stuff, and I'd have all this great information and I just wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't find the time to do it, and it would just be put in the to be done later box, I suppose, and never gets done. But this way, as I said, with your help, it gets done.
Yeah, thank you. That's really key, right? And that's, thanks for bringing that up, because if there's one thing that, I've been in this marketing stuff for obviously longer than school owners, and, I've spent hundreds and thousands of dollars on coaching and programs, and none of it is ever relevant if you can't get it done and working. And that is the biggest part of, where I like to focus is how do I remove the obstacles that it actually gets done? Because like you say, it's you always get, you might get great information and you get this dopamine release that, oh, awesome, this is going to be so great. But then when you actually got to put your hands together and do it, and the obstacles come, it's very easy to put it on the later list and then the not done list.
Exactly. That's probably the thing. I've had some great information come forward, and I just like, oh, that's fantastic. I really need to do that. And I start doing it. I go, what do I do here? And I can't figure it out. And you either have to go back and contact somebody and get the answer, Whereas this way, with this, it's virtually all done for you. It's like a plug and play. Just put your own information in and away you go. It's very easy. That's what I like about it.
Awesome. And then last question for you, Darryl. Well, two questions. First one is favorite part of the program.
Oh, there's a lot. So as I said, I enjoy the partners' input from the other partners, and always, obviously, we've always got you there as part of that group. That's very important. I do enjoy that. But I think the accountability is good too. You know, it's still, you have to be accountable to be accountable, I suppose, because you actually have to start the thing from the beginning. And occasionally we let that slip. But I suppose the other partners and yourself combined gives us a very good, very good broad view of what we're doing, and I think that's very good. And the done for you part, you can't beat that. It's for me, I'm busy, but I'm also lazy, and I don't want to have to do everything for myself. I want someone to do it for me. I don't know many other people. Not many people are different than that. I like to put my own twist on it, which I think that's what's good about the programs that you put out. That you can still put your own twist on it, but the tried and tested parts of it are already done.
Love it. Awesome. And last question, and thanks a lot for doing this, Darryl. Much appreciated. Who would you recommend the program to, and why?
Really, any business owner, any martial arts business owner, that want to market their business in a way that is tried and tested. And there's a lot in this program that I haven't even used. There's a heap of stuff out there in your program that I haven't used. So anyone that really wants to grow their business and grow it in a smart way too, because there's a lot of programs out there that will get you big numbers in your door, but they don't all stay. So you need this to be done in the smart way, where you're going to continue to get those numbers to stay. You know, the retention is probably more important than the growth. And there's a lot of parts of this program that that we use for retention. So I think that's who I'd recommend it to. Martial arts business owners, all of them, get on it. That's the way to go.
Love it, Darryl. Thanks so much for doing this. I value your input in the program, especially running the six-figure open day with you. That was a game changer for so many school owners as well. And look, for any school owners that want to know more, want to know if we can help, best bet to do is just ask. Easiest way to do that is go to martialartsmedia.com/scale, SCALE. We got a short little survey, just a couple of questions. Tell me a bit about yourself, what it is that you do. We've got just a couple of questions that you can answer, and then we'll just set up a time to chat, have a quick chat on the phone, and see if what we have is something that we can help you with. Awesome. Thanks so much for watching, and Darryl, thanks again for being on. Much appreciated, and look forward to seeing you in the group and helping you create more wins.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks again for tuning in. Was it helpful? Did you get something of good value for your martial arts business? Then please do me a favor and let us know. Leave us a comment wherever you watched or listened to this, or just head over to iTunes and just leave us an awesome review. That way we'll know that we are on the right track, and we'll keep bringing you great shows with great interviews, sharing great strategies and tips. So if you haven't yet, now's a good time to head over to our group, martialartsmedia.group. That's the Martial Arts Media business community. I'll see you in the group, and I will see you on the next show.